Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be exploring something that I think you're probably hearing a lot about lately, and that's Perplexity AI.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Perplexity AI?
I have, yeah. It's pretty amazing.
So imagine searching for information,
Yeah.
and instead of just getting like, 10 blue links
Right.
that you get on a typical search engine, you get direct answers to your questions. It's kind of like talking to like a really smart research assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're diving into today, how this new tool could potentially change the way we learn and understand the world. What do you think?
I think it's really fascinating, and you're right. It is something we're hearing a lot about, and I think that it's really indicative of a shift in the way that we think about interacting with information and how we expect to get information. Because you're right, like the traditional search engine, it just points you towards information.
Right.
But Perplexity AI tries to make sense of it for you, so it makes the entire process more conversational
Yeah.
and intuitive.
Yeah. And it's not just about making things easier. I think it's about getting to the core of a topic faster.
Right.
I mean, we're so used to information overload.
Right.
Like you go online, you're researching something, you're spending, hours sifting through websites and trying to figure out, what's what.
Yeah.
But Perplexity AI is different because it kind of pulls from all of those sources and presents you with like the key points directly.
Yeah, it's like one of the biggest shifts that I see is that it's almost like having a personal explainer who summarizes complex research papers.
Yes.
Or breaks down complicated news stories
Yes.
in a way that is very easy to grasp.
And for someone like you who loves to learn new things, I mean, I think this is a game changer. Think about it. If you're researching a topic for a project,
Right.
or you're just trying to understand something you've always been curious about, Perplexity AI could potentially cut your research time down significantly.
Absolutely. I mean, it really streamlines the process of going from, I need to know about this, to, now I understand it. Yeah.
Much more quickly. And what I think is also really impressive is that it manages to do this while still citing all its sources.
Right.
Which I think is very, very important.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really impressive, too. So you're not just getting an answer out of thin air. You can actually see where the information is coming from.
Exactly.
Which makes it so much easier to check the facts and explore further if you want to.
Yeah, I think that's about building trust,
Yeah.
Because with traditional search, you often have to jump between different sites, trying to figure out, okay, is this a reliable source?
Right.
Is this,
In a good way.
website?
Yeah.
But Perplexity AI brings that layer of verification right up front.
Yes.
Which I think is really important in today's world.
Right. Especially when we're constantly bombarded with information from so many different sources. Having a tool that not only summarizes the information, but also points back to the original source is incredibly valuable, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It empowers you to think critically.
Yes. And not just take things at face value.
Now, I know we've been talking a lot about the research aspect of it, but one of the things that really excites me about Perplexity AI is its potential impact on education.
Oh. It has the potential to be transformative in the classroom.
Yeah, imagine like a student who is struggling to grasp a complex concept in their textbook.
Right.
Right. They can simply ask Perplexity AI and get like a clear, concise explanation that's tailored to their level of understanding.
Yeah.
It could open up so many possibilities for personalized learning.
It could also help level the playing field for students
Oh, that's a good point.
who might not have access to tutors or other support systems.
Right.
Imagine having this kind of tool available to anyone, anytime, anywhere. It can revolutionize how we think about learning and accessing information.
I'm picturing a scenario where, like, instead of students just memorizing facts for a test,
Right.
they're encouraged to ask deeper questions and explore different perspectives.
Right.
And Perplexity AI can help them do that
Yes.
in a really engaging way. It's kind of like having a conversation with a really knowledgeable friend.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It's not just about finding the right answer.
Right.
It's about understanding the nuances,
Yes.
exploring different viewpoints, and ultimately becoming more informed and engaged learners.
I love that. More informed and engaged learners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not just limited to the classroom either.
Right.
I mean, think about all the ways that
Yeah.
Perplexity AI could be used in the workplace.
Oh, yeah?
Professionals in any field could benefit from being able to quickly research a new topic or get up to speed on industry trends or even just find that one crucial piece of information they need to
Yes.
make an informed decision.
It's like having that super organized colleague
Yes.
who always knows where to find the right document or the latest research.
Exactly.
It could be a huge time saver, especially in those fast-paced work environments
Yeah.
where efficiency is key.
Absolutely. And I think it also has the potential to change the way that teams collaborate as well.
I like that.
Imagine being able to instantly share your research findings with your colleagues or have Perplexity AI synthesize different perspectives on a complex project.
Yes.
I mean, it could lead to more informed and productive discussions.
I'm also curious about how this kind of conversational AI might impact the way we interact with information in our everyday lives.
Yeah.
We've talked about education, we've talked about work, but what about just satisfying our own curiosity?
Right.
Or learning something new for the pure joy of it?
I think that's where it gets really exciting.
Yeah.
We all have those moments where we come across something interesting, like a historical fact or a scientific discovery or a new word we've never heard before. And we want to learn more.
Yeah.
And I think Perplexity AI could make that process so much more seamless.
I agree.
And enjoyable.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to just ask a question out loud and have Perplexity AI pull up all the relevant information.
Yes.
Like an easy-to-understand format. It could turn those fleeting moments of curiosity into full-blown learning adventures.
Exactly. And because it's conversational, you can keep asking follow-up questions and keep going deeper and deeper into a topic.
Yes.
It's like having an endless supply of knowledge.
I love that.
At your fingertips, always ready to answer your questions and help you explore new ideas.
And as we become more comfortable interacting with AI in this way, I think it could also help us become more discerning consumers of information overall.
Yes.
Right? We're so used to just accepting what we see online.
Right.
But Perplexity AI encourages us to look at things more critically, to question sources, to verify information before we share it.
It's about shifting our mindset from passive consumption to active engagement.
I like that.
And that's something I'm really passionate about.
Me too. And it's something we need now more than ever. With so much information swirling around, it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Right.
And unsure of what to believe. But tools like Perplexity AI have the potential to help us navigate that information landscape more effectively and to become more confident in our ability to discern fact from fiction.
It's about empowering individuals to take control of their own learning and information gathering.
Yeah.
And I think that's incredibly important.
It's funny. We started this deep dive by talking about how Perplexity AI can save us time.
Right.
And make research more efficient. But what we've really been talking about is something much bigger than that.
Yes.
It's about fostering a love of learning, a desire to understand the world around us, and a commitment to seeking out truth and accuracy.
I couldn't agree more. It's about shifting our relationship with information from one of apprehension and overload to one of curiosity and empowerment.
And I think that's a really beautiful thing. Yeah, and that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating to me. It's not just about the technology itself, but about how it can change our relationship with knowledge and empower us to become more informed and engaged citizens.
Exactly. And it's about harnessing the power of AI to enhance our own abilities, not to replace them.
And I think that's a really crucial point. It's not about becoming overly reliant on AI, but about using it as a tool to augment our own curiosity and critical thinking skills.
It's like having a co-pilot
Yeah.
on your learning journey, guiding you towards new discoveries and helping you make sense of the complex information along the way.
As we've been talking about all these possibilities, I keep thinking back to our listener, the person who loves to learn, who thrives on expanding your understanding of the world. How do you see a tool like Perplexity AI fitting into your own life?
Yeah, I'd love to hear what our listeners think.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt frustrated trying to find reliable information online or wish there was a more intuitive way to explore complex topics?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop us a line on our social media channels. We're always eager to hear from our fellow knowledge seekers.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into Perplexity AI,
Right.
let's recap some of the key takeaways we've explored, how this AI-powered search engine moves beyond simply providing links to offering direct answers and fostering a more conversational approach to knowledge acquisition.
It's about making information more accessible, more digestible, and ultimately more meaningful.
And while it's still a relatively new technology, it's clear that Perplexity AI has the potential to transform how we learn, how we work, and how we interact with the world around us.
But as with any powerful tool, it's up to us to use it wisely and thoughtfully.
To always remember to approach information with a discerning eye, to question sources, and to value the journey of learning as much as the destination.
So before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought.
hmm
If you could ask Perplexity AI anything, what would it be, and how might that knowledge shape your understanding of the world?
Keep exploring, keep learning, and let's see how AI can empower us all to become more informed and engaged citizens.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious.